Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I am an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a life path guide and mentor, here to help you along your awakening journey so that you can co-create the life of your dreams. In this video, we are going to share a variety of client success stories. And this first one is super, super magical. It is about manifesting a dream car. So my first story is about a sweet man that booked a reading with me on February 7th, which is about almost a month ago. And he booked a recorded reading, which is where I sit privately by myself at my card table and I tap into your guides and angels and I pull cards just like I'm filming a reading on my YouTube channel, but it's specifically for you and your situation. If you give me questions, I'll ask the cards, your angels and guides for answers. And then I record the whole thing and then I drop it in your email box. So this sweet guy, he gave me a couple questions on what he wanted to focus on. And one of them was manifesting a Tahoe, brand new Tahoe. So he had been searching and kind of couldn't decide between black or white. And it's so funny because as I got ready to film this, I was already dressed in this outfit. I was about to put my phone on silent mode and he messaged me that he got the car. And I was like, oh my gosh, do I have permission to share your story? This is wild. I'm about to film. And he was like, absolutely. And he sent me a little message filled with details. So I'm going to read that to you. Okay, so before I give you his final message to me, I'm going to give you a message that he sent me midway through when he was in his fear and his doubt. He put, "Hi, Michelle. Hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to update you. This past Monday, I received a cash app of $150. I have no idea who or where it came from, but I am completely grateful." And this happens a lot on the journey. We get odd money out of nowhere. My best friend in Germany, she just got $1,300 in her bank account from nowhere. Like it literally says like ministry finance or something. It is insane. Okay, so back to the email. It says, "I woke up this morning feeling like I wanted to go to the dealership." So he's following that intuitive guidance and inquire about this Tahoe they have listed. I'm not sure if that is ego trying to make it happen or if it is inspired action. My mind is always trying to figure things out, so I don't know the difference between the two. I don't want to get in the way of my manifestation. And he used the little emoji with his hands over his eyes. He's, "I hope your day is well." Okay, so he sent that, and then I'm sure I replied, and then I'm going to get to, so that was on the 15th. So around the 7th, we did the reading. Around the 15th, he felt inspired to go to the dealership. He also got extra money in his bank account, which was rare. And then last night, he got the Tahoe. So for some reason, I'm just seeing it now. I don't know why. It said it was sent last night. Sorry, buddy, I just got it today. So he sent me a picture of the Tahoe if you guys want to check it out. It's so beautiful, so dope. I love the grill, the black grill on it. So he couldn't decide between the white and the black, but he ended up going with the white. So this is what he wrote. I said, "Yes, thank you, universe." I put, "How did it arrive? Congrats." He put, "Yes, thank you, universe. I cannot stop saying that. The universe was waiting for me to make the right choice. Just like you said, you told me I would have a choice to make. I've had white vehicles since 2015. I love white vehicles, but this time I was considering a black Tahoe. The universe knew I would not be happy with a black Tahoe. I was shown a white Tahoe in my mind. I started looking for white or black Tahoes. I told myself either would be fine. As soon as I decided for sure I wanted white, this Tahoe appeared on the website where I used to look at cars. It's so weird because the whole time I was looking for white and black, I didn't see this Tahoe. I feel like it just appeared when I decided white only. And it had been sitting on that site since November. I never saw it until I made the decision." So again, I took the advice I got from your reading and I said, I'm not going to wait for the money to come. I'm just going to trust that this is mine. Then he put, "So I decided to go to the dealership the next day. I had been seeing 222 all day before I went. When I got in the Tahoe, the mileage said 222. They offered a great deal and I drove away in it." And then I put, "Oh my God, perfect," laughing my ass off. And he put, "Yes, you can absolutely share this." So this is how it happened, you guys. It wasn't just like dropped off in his driveway, right? He had to take those inspired actions. He had to pay attention to, "Ooh, the universe just dropped me this random $150 in my Cash App." That's a sign that he was in the flow. He was in receptive mode. He was open to receiving guidance. Okay. And when he woke up feeling that urge to go to the dealership, When we take action on those small things, it just sets us up to saying, hey, I'm open to anything. I don't know where this is going to lead, but I'm going to go anyway. And if we're always questioning that inspired action, and if we think it's ego, that can really keep us stuck. So my advice to you is, why not try? Like, if he was wondering if it was his ego, if he would have went to the dealership and saw that there was nothing going on, there was no magic, there was no synchronicity, then he would realize, okay, I may be forcing it. Maybe it's not time yet. But if he goes and he sees 222 and all these different things, then you get the feedback. So I like to teach my clients to just make the choice, decide on what you want. Don't settle. Don't think, oh, I don't know if I'll be happy with this. I'm not sure. If you want something, go for it. Okay. And if you're really not sure, do what he did and say this or something better. And then the white appeared as soon as he was like, nah, I really want the white. I still think it's hilarious that I'm wearing the shirt. And this dropped in right before I was starting to film. So I even texted him. I said, this video is going to air. Look for me in a pink hat. That's how you know it's the one that has your story in it. But this is magic, right? This is how it happens. And I love getting these messages that you guys are actually co-creating your reality. You're seeing that it's possible. You're seeing the money drop in. You're seeing the inspired action and you're following it. Okay. The universe is always going to bring you what you want. But sometimes we just have to get really, really clear and know that we're worthy of it. And then we take action. And then when they offer a really great deal, we don't question it. Your ego is going to say, is somebody taking advantage of me? Is this too good to be true? We have to learn to discern between that voice and the voice of, no, this feels good. I'm allowed to have things to be easy and effortless and flowy. Okay, so trust in that. Okay, the next success story is about a special person. So one of my close friends, she's become a close friend, but she first booked a session with me years ago. And we both are super into soulmates and twin flames and how the universe brings people together. And she had, I think, 2 or 3 guys on her radar from her past who she was like, I don't know if this one's my twin. I don't know if this one's a soulmate or if this one's a catalyst. And she would always talk to me about it. And we would kind of look at all the characteristics and see what they taught her and the lessons they learned and who ghosted her when and when she ghosted them, or just all of the healing and the wounding that was happening in these dynamics. Well, recently she met her real person and he's a brand new energy for her. And he's actually somebody that's been in her reality in the past, but they've never spoken. So he was married to a friend of hers. So they had seen each other once and she just always thought, wow, he's really good looking, but never thought anything else just because he's married and she was into her other guys at the time. So the universe kind of made their paths cross without them knowing that they might end up together. And out of nowhere, he appeared into her life. So this is what happened. This is how it happened. So a week before she re-met him, she ran into both of her exes. And one was at a restaurant/bar. She was walking to the bathroom and she could see him across the bar with his new girlfriend. And it was so like, oh my God, I can't believe he's here. She hasn't seen him in months or years. She was like, why am I seeing him right now? Meanwhile, she did not know the new special person was about to drop into her reality. So it kind of was like, wait, why am I seeing him right now? Why am I seeing him with a girlfriend? Is this supposed to throw me off track? Am I supposed to feel bad? So she just took inventory. And because she knows how the universe works, she messaged me and told me about it. And she had also seen her other ex, and she was also seeing signs about both of them. And I always like to call it the X test. You're going to get a test right before the most amazing man comes in. The universe is saying, hey, are you going to settle? Are you going to go back to the old you who's in the wounding and in the patterns? Or are you going to hold out and say no to both of those little bump ins and wait for the best one? And that's what she did. So a week later, she gets an invitation to go somewhere. And she's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go. And it always happens like this, right? The universe is always wanting to take you on a date. That's what I like to call it. So she goes to this event at her friend's house and she sees this guy and it's just fireworks. And it was the most amazing night. And they didn't kiss or anything, but they just really, really connected. And now it's been a couple months. Now they're dating, they're talking. They just kissed for the first time the other night. And she was like, Michelle, she's like, I think I left my body. She's like, it felt so good. I've never felt anything like this. She's like, I just feel him on a deep level. And it was so incredibly great for me to hear her story because I know how long she struggled. I know her path. I know what a good person she is. And another thing I want to add about the success story is I saw her transform from being somebody who was working at a job that she wasn't happy at to her leaving, moving home with her parents, and she's around my age, moving home with her parents, starting her own business, and really putting herself out there on social media. I've seen her growth from when she first started social media to now, and she is just thriving in her mission work. She is showing up on camera and looking beautiful and articulate, and she's helping people with what she does. And so I've seen her transform. And I like to believe that her twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to call it, her real person that came in, I feel like he walked into her life when she was finally in her mission, doing her thing, feeling confident. I believe the divine feminines, when they show up and they're finally where they're meant to be, helping the world in the way that they're meant to help the world, their masculine shows up to nurture them and to be the ground and to protect them and to provide for them so that they can be in their feminine energy to keep going. And these solid masculines are so beautiful and so wonderful. And they're so kind and so gentle. The way she describes him, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this for you. It is so magical. So, this success story is also a sign story. So, before her special person arrived, who she did not even know existed, she did not expect somebody new. She was thinking somebody from her past was going to come back and be healed and be ready to date her again. She was not expecting it to be this new guy who she had bumped into a couple times in her past. So he was always there and she was always attracted to him, but she just never thought that he would be it for her. And now their paths are ready to be together. And he was also in a relationship back then and they broke up. So now he's single, she's single. So the stars aligned and now they can be together. So a lot of times before we meet our special person, we have to be on our mission. We have to be in our highest joy, doing what we're meant to be doing because we're in soul. And then we can finally be in partnership with our other soul, the other part of us, right? That's a clear match, a mirror to us. And if we're not in soul, then we're just going to keep attracting people for our wounding, for our healing, to get us into soul. Okay. And I know a couple of the guys that she dated were very ego based. They were very superficial. They were very focused on the body. They were cheaters. They were liars. They weren't grounded men who were on their mission. So she had to experience those situations in order to show her what she's not a match to. That is not soul. You know, somebody who's cheating and lying, they're not in soul. They're in their wounding, they're in ego, they're looking to possess, they're looking to attain. And that's not where a woman is going to feel safe, right? Or a man. We want to feel protected. We want to feel provided for. We want to know that our nervous system can be safe around somebody. And when somebody's lying and cheating, that's like the opposite. So we have to experience these catalysts where a lot of people think that they're their twin flames. Maybe they are, maybe they both do the healing and then come back together. I don't know. Everybody's path is so different, but her specific success story was her saying no to that and trusting that she was not going to let somebody in to disturb her peace unless he was adding to her peace. Okay. That's exactly what happened. He adds, he brings more peace to her life. He doesn't bring chaos. He doesn't bring worry. He doesn't make her wonder. So that's what we need to look for in these partnerships. And right before they arrive, there's always a next test. And we are usually getting on our mission, doing what we're meant to be doing. And then the people arrive. So if you're waiting for a special person, but you don't know what your mission is, that's the holdup. And it's not even a holdup, it's just a soul's journey. You're just here for yourself. And then when a partner comes along, it's an added bonus. But you have to figure out your mission first, because that person might distract you from doing your mission if you're not fully aligned in it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's move on to the next success story. Okay, this next one is near and dear to my heart because it's family related, and I shared it in my shorts the other day. If you did not see it, perfect. You get to hear it for the first time here. So my mom just bought a cute townhome, and it's her first time living alone. She's 70 years old, and she's never lived alone. Isn't that wild? So I think it's really brave. I understand fear. I understand anxiety. A lot of people might hear that and be like, oh, it's no big deal. But I know what this really goes on in our body when we're experiencing something new and experiencing change after 70 years. So I really like to honor people when they do these things and just be like, wow, like I want to celebrate them because it's hard. Like she's going to bed every night alone in a house that's new, right? She even moved out of her home that she was married in for so many years. So my dad passed in 2021 and we kept the house in the family. My ex-brother-in-law is living there with my 4 nieces and nephews. He's renting it, so it's still in the family, which is awesome. But back to the story. So I texted my niece, Anna. She is 16. And I said, hey, do you want to go to Mimi's tomorrow and just hang out with her and surprise her with some pink drinks? And like, I'm just trying to make an effort to bring kids to go hang out, just to celebrate this new move. And, when you move into a new house, you always want to have people over. So I texted my mom to make sure she was going to be home, but I didn't tell her I was bringing Anna and the kids. And it was Anna and my nephew, Vinny, who is the same age as my daughter, Micah. My sister and I were pregnant together. If you're new to my channel, I had a daughter back in 2012. Sorry to abruptly say this, but she was born with a muscle disorder. So unfortunately, she passed away 6 weeks later. And it turned my world upside down. She opened me up to this journey, to my spiritual journey and manifestation. So she is why I'm here. Well, Vinny arrived 2 months after Micah passed. So Vinny arrived in October. Micah was born in July, and then she passed in August. So Vinny never got to see her. But he is the one that kind of kept me going after the passing of her, because here's another new baby in the family that I could hold and nurture. So Vinny's really special to me too. So I picked up Anna and Vinny, and we're going to Starbucks. The night before we go to Starbucks, I'm like, oh my gosh, my client randomly sends me a $10 gift card to Starbucks. And it's because of the monthly spirit animal spreads that I do for my clients. They're $44.44. I pull an animal card for you for the entire year for every single month. And this one client is so sweet, and she always honors my time and my energy. And she gave me a gift card because I send her memos every month of each animal for her and her mom. And so she'll send me at the start of each month, she'll say me, the fox, my mom is the turtle, and then I'll send memos to both of them. And then she drops me a Starbucks gift card. And this time it was a $10 gift card. So I told my niece and my nephew, I was like, we're going to go to Starbucks. What do you guys want? So we put together an order that's like $21. So we get to the window, and I hold my phone up with my gift card, and it's a $10 gift card. And she scans it and she goes away. And I looked at her hair clip. She had this most beautiful gold butterfly hair clip. And I said to my niece and my nephew, I said, you guys, did you see her hair clip? Our mom, my mom's mom, who passed away in October, their great grandmother, I said, she loved butterflies. Like, you guys, this is a sign from mom. She's here with us right now. And we all 3 of us smiled. And I always try to educate my nieces and my nephews to open up their communication with their loved ones, because they've lost mom. They lost my dad, who is their grandfather, who they were really close with, my daughter. So they've experienced a lot of loss. And so they know the process. Well, the woman comes back to the window, and I have a $20 bill ready to pay the rest of the bill, because it was going to be like $11 that I have to catch up with. So I have the 20, and she's like, oh no, you're all squared away. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, it was only a $10 gift card. She's like, I guess you had more money on the card that you didn't know, because it's all paid for. Of course, we thanked her and we're like, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. And as we drove away, my 16-year-old niece was like, shush, give me that receipt. I don't understand how this is possible. So her wheels were turning. Like, she was like, this doesn't make sense. And I even showed her my app on my phone that it was literally $10. There was no other money on this card. And she's like, I don't understand this. She's like, how did that just happen? And I was like, Anna, that's magic. I was like, this is what the universe does. I'm like, you can trust in this. I was like, you can believe in this. I was like, this stuff doesn't just happen to me. I was like, it can happen to you too. We just have to have faith, and we have to attract it. And I do believe these things happen to me every single day. They're happening every day because I'm open to it and I believe in it. So I'm sharing this on my channel because I want you guys to experience life this way. It is a whole nother reality when you are awakened and when you are creating. Okay, there's somebody else who could be waking up with the same amount of hours in the day, the same 24 hours, and they're not experiencing any magic because they don't believe in it. They're not consciously creating it. And then say that person came and lived with me for a day, they would be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know life could be like this. This is so amazing. And that's why I wanted to start my channel. So we just got our $21 Starbucks order for $10, and we don't know how it happened. We have no idea where that money came from. I like to believe it was my grandmother, my mom, because we mentioned the butterfly clip, and that happened before the woman came back to the window to tell us that everything was squared away. I believe that our spirit guides and our angels can go in and change numbers and manipulate things. So that's why I wanted to share the stories, because sometimes when you think it's not possible, it is. Anything is possible if you believe it. And we were not intentionally trying to create that. It just happened because our energy is open to it. And that's what I want to teach you all, is to walk through life knowing that anything is possible in any moment. And when you're doing good deeds, like we were doing a good deed, we were going to surprise my mom and getting her favorite pink drink from Starbucks. And we were going to surprise her and we were going to bring her comfort because she's doing something brave. So please honor the people in your life who are stepping through their fear. They're doing the uncomfortable things. Maybe they're grieving. Show up for them. Do something out of your comfort zone to be kind. Okay. And I never thought I would do this with my mom. My mom and I did not have a great relationship growing up. It wasn't until about 4 or 5 years ago that I could really actually hug my mom and actually mean it. You know, she was definitely the villain in my story. And now I see all sides. I see all sides and I love her to pieces and I really care about her. And I just want to make sure that she's safe and she's protected. And we have the same values and the same views about life and the government and all that stuff. So, like, we click in that way now, where before I never thought we would. So, keep that in mind too. If you have a struggling relationship in your life, it's possible to change it. If you do your healing, and that's what I teach in my mentorship. If you want a healthier relationship with somebody in your family who feels impossible, and maybe they have narcissistic traits, it is possible to find healing with them. Okay. I am proof it is possible. And it all depends on the work that you're willing to do. And then you have to observe how that other person is responding to your energy now when you're around them. And it's an art. Okay. You have to kind of hold back and not say some things around these people because you have to protect your energy. And I teach you all about that. So, anyway, let's go on to another manifestation story. Okay, this one is really special to me too, because this is my good friend, and her husband have been really struggling with their mortgage, right? So, they're both creators, they're both pushing their dreams out into the world. And as you guys know, when we're entrepreneurs, when we're trying to create our own abundance, it can be hard. We have to be willing to step through fear and to do the things we're scared of. And there can be lulls on the journey. We can go into debt. We have to get loans. We have to do all these things to really put our dream out there. And her husband were struggling with their mortgage. And we did lunch the other day and she was talking about, she's like, I'm just scared we're going to lose our house. And I was like, this is not going to happen. We won't let this happen. We're going to manifest this for you. Well, she sent me a text the other day. Check this out. She said, I was going to post it on your YouTube channel, but I just thought I'd share it with you here. So after thinking about doing what you said about this releasing and not thinking about things, about 2 days later, we've been working on this for months. We got a letter finally saying that we got approved for a mortgage assistance program. Basically, they just got $30,000 handed to them and it's not a loan. They don't have to pay it back. They're just literally getting an assistance. How magical is this? So we went to lunch and I even told her, I'm like, there's a reason why we were guided to do lunch today. There's something going to drop in for you. You needed to hear this message. And I was teaching her to let go and to release it and just trust that something will come in and you will not drown. 2 days later, she gets $30,000. This is insane. I think it was close to like 27 or 26, I think. Yeah. And she put, basically, we do not have to pay this back. This is going to get us caught up on all of our back mortgage payments, then put us forward probably till about June. How magical is this? You guys, even when you're in so much despair and you think you're going to lose your house or you think you're going to lose your job or whatever it is, have faith. Release the grip on how it's going to arrive, okay? And trust that they took inspired action. They applied for that program. So if something's dropping into your reality and you're kind of like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Try everything, exhaust all efforts, because once you put it out there, now the universe is like, okay, we got their order. They are taking action. We're seeing them. If they want this, we're going to make it happen. But if you sit back and you don't take action on those things, then nothing will really change. Okay, so she manifested $30,000 in a really short period of time. And it was a long time of suffering for her and a long time of her having to do certain jobs that she wasn't happy in. But I think this is the start of her learning the art of really, truly understanding manifestation. And now she's experienced it firsthand, where her and her husband both watch my channel. High five to both of you. I love you guys. And they're both actively doing this together, which I think is beautiful for a husband and wife to both be co-creating together. And they want the best for themselves and their family, and they don't want to suffer anymore. And they want the second half of their life to be filled with abundance. And I believe when we awaken and we start watching these videos, we are already putting ourselves in the energy of having that lifestyle. And then it's just a matter of time before things drop in. So now she knows, her and her husband know that feeling of a drop in. They're like, okay, this just came. We got relief. Wow, this is awesome. Now, how can we keep going? How can we use that feeling to generate more? Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed these manifestation stories. We had a dream car, we had some free Starbucks, we had a special person, we had $30,000. You are next. And if you need help, you can book a session with me. I do one-on-one coaching. I do an 8-week mentorship program. I'm also starting a community called Awaken Your Magic. It's going to be a subscription site for $44 per month. And we're going to share all the stories. I'm going to teach you all the lessons. I'm going to post weekly readings, morning messages. So stay tuned for that. It might already be ready depending on when you're watching this. So it'll be in the description box below, but I'm sending you so much love. You are not alone and you are capable of creating your dreams. Trust it. Your every hope, your every wish, your every dream is meant to become your reality. All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.